Turn it up, let it blast.
Alrighty, hello everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Ready, Set, Cheer alongside Brighton head coach Christina Wilson-Peacock. My name is Liles. Well, we have made it. It is time. Districts are upon us. It is tournament time, and today we're going to give you a little preview of some of the must-watch district matchups this week. Coach, why don't we just jump right in? Division 4, District 22 is at Merrill. We have New Haven, ranked 2, St. Charles. What can we expect from this district?
Yeah, we've got some really incredible teams coming out. New Haven ranked 2, which is super, super exciting for them. We're really excited to see what they can do kind of traveling out of districts and through the entire tournament. So it'll be interesting to see how that one kind of comes down. But New Haven being ranked 2, it's pretty awesome to see like a newcomer kind of up there.
So you said newcomer. I mean, how often does that happen? Like, I feel like in cheer, you sort of have the dynasties that are always up top. But like you said, it's so cool to have a newcomer come up. How often does that happen?
Competitive cheer teams, they can kind of swing depending on graduation rates. And, there's really like a flow when it comes to cheer teams. Like, how do your kids work together? What is like the dynamic of them in terms of the culture and just kind of like skill abilities? So, does it happen super frequently in Division One? I would say probably not. It probably does happen the most frequently, I think, down in Division Four, which is really kind of one of my favorite parts about Division Four is we get to see a lot of teams that get the opportunity to be at state finals for maybe the first time in program history, or are kind of sporadic visitors to that state finals program, but that like it's just really exciting because there is a bit more of a shakeup when you're in that Division 4 area.
How exciting is it, when you have been there many times, when you see these new teams come in and they're just so over the moon ecstatic to be there? How exciting is that for you to see stuff like that?
Oh gosh, like as a coach, a spectator, like athlete, it is just such an incredible experience to be a part of the state finals. No matter if you're going in with the goal of like winning the state championship, which I'm sure almost all teams go in with the goal to win, but just the idea of being there is so cool. I mean, I've said it a million times and I'll say it again. The best part of state finals is the national anthem. So to be on that state finals floor, listening to the national anthem, hearing the crowd roar, it is just an absolutely exhilarating experience.
We are so excited for New Haven and cannot wait to see how that district ends up. Moving ahead, District 21 is at Adrian Madison. We have number 1, Hudson, and Adrian Madison, who's ranked 3. I mean, a big, heavy-hitting matchup. What can we expect?
There is a little bit when it comes to competitive cheer about having like kind of that home gym feel and that little bit of edge that it kind of brings having your home crowd. It's right there. It's easy access for them. But you know what? Hudson is just such a dominant force in D4. I would be shocked if it ended up being anyone else. They are just absolutely incredible.
If anything, I feel like hosting a district, it puts pressure on the teams traveling to you. Like you said, there is, they have their community, they have their students there. It puts pressure on the other teams to really come out and they have to perform.
It absolutely does. Like I said, when you're in your own gym and your fans are there rooting for you, you're familiar with the mats, you're familiar with the space. It's just kind of like an extra calming feeling that you get when you're competing in your own gym. So that really is quite an advantage to Adrian Madison there in that district.
Ugh, I'm so excited to see all the outcomes next week. I just cannot wait. We will move ahead to Division 3. District 15 is at Croswell Lexington. I mean, top 4 teams in the state in Division 3. Richmond, Croswell, Lexington, Notre Dame Prep, and Armada. Who's got the upper hand going into this district?
I would argue that this is one of the most difficult districts in competitive cheer. You have the top 4 ranked teams in Division 3 all in the same district, and they are all super, super incredible teams. That is going to be an absolute fight to the finish. They are going to fight for every 10th, every 100th of a point, like from start to finish in that competition. I would have to say that the 4 teams that come out of that district are going to probably be your top 4 teams at region, probably the top 4 team at states.
It's so crazy how, they work out these district competitions. Like, how does that happen? The top 4 teams in the same district starting off the tournament together. It is just so crazy how
Yeah,
things
we
work
talked
out.
about it. Right, we talked about it a couple weeks ago is that you get better by regularly competing against the best.
Yep.
And because all 4 of these teams are geographically near each other, they're constantly pushing each other to be better and better and better with every single week. So, is it a surprise that the top 4 ranked teams are all from the same area? Not really, because
Yep.
like you said, they are competing against each other all the time, and they know they have to be on their best.
Oh, there's so many. I cannot even contain my excitement. This week is going to be so fun. Okay, moving ahead. District 14 is at Flat Rock, a district with multiple ranked teams. How good is this competition going to be?
Yeah, it's going to be a close one between Airport and Groseal. I know they just had their league championship that Airport was able to take and win. So, I mean, they're going to fight as always. League competitors, Airport, Groseal, Flat Rock, they're constantly competing against each other. And again, you got to be on your best week to week. So, districts will be no different for these teams. I think Airport being ranked number 5, they've got a really strong chance, but can never ever count out Groseal, even Onstead, Flat Rock. They're strong contenders as well.
What is it that Airport does so well that has you, ranking them and speaking so highly of them? What is it that they do so well?
It's funny because their head coach is one of my alumni from Carlson, and she's a
Okay.
state champion. So their coach really, she knows what it takes. She's been there. She's been in pressure situations. She's been a part of knowing what goes into a state championship program and what it takes to win. And so I think just sometimes that little bit of extra experience on the coaching side can prepare those athletes.
And experience just plays such a huge role on both aspects of the sport.
Yeah, for sure. Like I said, that just the experience of being at state finals, whether it's an athlete who has been there for a few years or a coach who kind of knows the ins and outs of what it takes to get there, that is absolutely invaluable. Like, it's a huge part of what we do. Cheerleading is absolutely a mental sport. So to have just that little bit of an advantage is going to go a long way.
Well, speaking of experience, moving on to Division 2, District 10 is at Fenton. We have Walled Lake Western, who's ranked 5th, Swartz Creek, Marysville, and Fenton. What can we expect from this district?
Yeah, it's going to be a fight. You have some teams in there that are kind of all running at about the same level. Walled Lake Western being ranked 5, they have that state finals experience. So I think that that's going to take them a little bit further than some of the other teams. And Walled Lake Western just had a district title that they captured just ago. So they do have a little bit of a competitive advantage, I think, when it comes down to getting there and being successful.
Do you think this could be a close scoring district competition?
It could be. Yeah, definitely could be. But I mean, Walled Lake Western is the only ranked team in that district. So, I mean, you never really know. But I mean, they're ranked 5th in Division 2, which is a really, really incredible place to be.
And earlier we talked about home gym advantage. District 9 is at Allen Park. Allen Park is ranked 2nd. Divine Child, Lakeshore. I mean, do you think that Allen Park has the home gym advantage going into this competition?
I think Allen Park has a little bit more than just a home gym advantage going into this district. They are an incredible team. They're defending state champions. They've got it going on. They get it. They get it. Every aspect of it they understand. So I think Divine Child ranked 4, Allen Park score ranked number 2. I mean, it's close, but it just really, they get it big time.
And that's so important. I feel like we talk about it every week. You have to bring it, and you have to know what the judges are looking for. And like you said, they just get it.
They do.
Alrighty, District 8 is at Adrian. top-ranked Carlson, South Lyon East, and Southgate, all ranked in the top 10 right now. How competitive is this competition going to be?
Yeah, Carlson, that ranked number one, they're coming on strong. I think maybe I mentioned, but last week, Carlson beat Allen Park for the Downriver League title. So that was like a super important thing. Like, that was a really, really big deal, a really big issue. Like, so exciting for them. They want to knock off those defending state champions. So we've got Carlson's going to come in super, super, super strong. South Lyon East really is a newcomer to Division Two. So we're to see how they do and how they come along. Being ranked third in Division Two and like you're a newcomer, that's incredible.
Mm-hmm. Do you think it could be closer than we think? I know we talk about Carlson often, that they're just, like we said, a dynasty. Do you think it could be closer than we expect?
Yeah, it could end up just kind of depending. One has that home gym advantage, so you're really kind of playing to your strengths on the floor.
All right, and we've made it to our final division, Division 1, District 6 at Lake Orion. We have Anchor Bay, who is ranked 6th, Lake Orion, and Grand Blanc. I mean, Anchor Bay is ranked, but could this be anyone's competition to win?
It absolutely could be. Lake Orion has the experience of state finals. They have a very knowledgeable coach who's been around for a while. Those kids understand state finals. Like, Lake Orion is one of those top tier Division 1 teams. So, I mean, you can't count them out when it comes to anything. They might not be in the top right now in terms of ranking and scores, but don't ever count them out. Anchor Bay is new to this district. This is the first time they will be competing in this particular district. So that's going to be a whole new competition, a whole new challenge for Lake Orion, Grand Blanc, Anchor Bay. It's a whole scenario. So it'll be interesting to see how this one shakes out.
How difficult is it going into a district facing teams that you may have never faced, or it's been a while since you met up with them? How difficult is that?
Yeah, I don't know that it's difficult, but you prepare along the way with every single one of those invitationals and league meets. You're kind of putting out your best and seeing how you score with it and gathering those scores, taking the feedback and making the corrections. So even though these teams may have not competed against each other a whole lot, they do have the feedback on what it is and what it takes to win and be better and score higher. So every single team this week and throughout the next 2 weeks is going to be working on honing in those exact teeny tiny little details. Like I said, Lake Orion is definitely used to being at the state finals. They have the history behind them. So I would never count Lake Orion out. And like I say, Anchor Bay in a new spot, that's really exciting for them.
It's so exciting. I love this time of year. It's just, you never know what could happen. And that's what I love about it. It's just so exciting. We will move on. District 5 is at Milford. This is Heartland, top ranked Heartland. Brighton, who is ranked number 5, South Lyon, and Milford. I mean, we talk about these teams so often. How competitive can this one get?
Okay, I'm going to try really hard not to be partial here, right? But
You
honestly,
have to be.
it is going to be a really good district, a really good district. Heartland being ranked number 1, they're super strong in all 3 rounds. Obviously, we're going to come in and put up our very, very best fight. It's not going to be a walk in the park for either team. There's going to be a lot of incredible competition, a lot of athleticism displayed, and it's just going to come down to kind of like the day. Now, the thing is, South Lyon has improved an incredible amount over the past few weeks. So it'll be really exciting to see their performances and see how they come out in this district.
Does that excite you? You said that they have just improved so much over the next couple weeks, or the last few weeks, my apologies. How exciting is that to see teams just like, really taking that next step in the cheer world and really giving themselves some respect?
You love to see kids succeed, right? That's really what athletics is all about, are the kids and them being able to succeed and feel good about themselves and be proud. So, I mean, as an educator, as a coach, you love to see the ecstatic faces and the looks and the excitement all around behind it. Advancing out of district to the regional level in Division 1 is a huge accomplishment.
Absolutely. Moving on, we will go ahead and talk about District 4. It's taking place at Troy Athens. Rochester ranked number 2, Stony Creek at 3, Adams at 4. Wow, this is going to be a good one. What can we expect?
Yeah, I talked about how that District 15 in Division 3 with the top 4 ranked could be one of the most difficult districts in the state. This one kind of is right up there at the top. As
Oh, yeah.
always, you have the 3 Rochester schools that are going to put out incredible performances. You know they're strong, you know they're athletic, you know they've got it going on. They understand, like, every single one of those 3 teams has won a state championship recently. So they get it. The coaches get it. The athletes get it. They have the history behind them. You can't take anything for granted in this district because that district champion is no gimme.
Do you think either of these teams have an upper hand going into this district, or is it anyone's game?
I think is absolutely anyone's game. When it came down to their league, I think each team won one of the league meets. Like, it is truly anyone's game at a neutral location of Troy, Athens. Anything can happen.
It's going to be a good one. We know that for sure. Regardless of who wins, it's going to be one of the most entertaining districts that we have this year. District 3, Dakota. Lance Cruz North is ranked 8th. Stevenson, 9. Dakota, like I mentioned before, is ranked 7th. Again, all 3 teams are ranked. What can we predict is going to happen in this district?
Yeah, this district is going to be really exciting and people are going to be watching it very closely because all 3 of these teams are ranked 7, 8, 9. It is an absolute toss up. Kind of the same thing as the Rochester schools. I think each one of these teams, one of their MAC Red competitions. So there is no clear cut winner here in this district. This is going to be a nail biter. It's going to go down to those tenths of a point that's going to make the biggest difference.
I am so excited for this week. Talking about districts just makes me so excited to see how these all end up. There are some great ones out there, and this is the best time of year. Like I mentioned at the beginning of show, it is tournament time. Everyone's locked in. It is time to go.
Yeah, absolutely. And we're super excited to just see who advances to regionals. It's such an exciting time for coaches and kids, and it's a really great thing for communities as well.
Awesome. Well, Coach, we will see you next week, and good luck this week.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Ready, Set, Cheer, presented by Lawrence Technological University. Visit ltuathletics.com and recruit yourself. Ready, Set, Cheer is also brought to you by the Michigan High School Athletic Association, promoting the value and values of educational athletics. The Michigan Army National Guard, a proud partner of the MHSAA. The Detroit Athletic Club Foundation's Athlete of the Year Awards. Applications being accepted now until March 6, 2023 for the male and female high school athletes of the year. Check out previous winners and download the application today at dacathleteoftheyear.com.